we could just somehow, you could grasp. You're recording. How tired everyone looks. You're like, I'm going through it, I'm suffering, but I was like, but there's everyone looks terrible, especially the last hour of the race.
True. Okay, so it is the day after the championship and I've had a little bit of time to process everything and now I'm ready to talk about it. So I got 11th place, which is not exactly what I was hoping for and what I kind of thought I was capable of, and it kind of sucks, but such is life. Racing is sometimes disappointments, and I think this time it was pretty big of a disappointment for me. But I don't think I raced bad. I just think that everyone else was just stronger and just better than me, unfortunately. Like, sometimes you just have to admit that your good wasn't good enough. I think my performance wasn't great, but it was good, and it wasn't good enough yesterday. My swim, it was a PR swim. If we look at the time, I swam 28:35 and I swam under 30 minutes literally just a few times. So it was just displaying that I have clearly improved my swim. The water was very cold. It was only 16 Celsius. I think I got a pretty good start and I was fighting for a good position, but once again just couldn't hold on. So I was basically dropped then pretty soon and left swimming with another athlete. I just could not connect back to that group anymore. And I came to T1 and started the ride past one athlete, and then I didn't see anyone for 30 kilometers. I learned later that there was a pack in front of me down the road, and I don't know if I could have closed the gap. So we were riding pretty much the same pace, so I was riding about the same pace as that pack down the road. So it was kind of tough, especially later when I learned about it, to know that I was in the right pace, but just my swim was not good enough to get me to that train. I think I rode really well for the first hour, moved up a couple positions, but then the beginning of the second hour and the first half of the second hour, which is kind of hard, I was starting to struggle in the heat and the wind, and then I just tried to focus on my fueling, and I think I did a really good job at that during the race. I did 300 grams of carbs during the bike, so I rode 2 hours and 12 minutes, so that's just under 150 grams per hour, and I think that's quite good. And I finished the bike pretty strong. I think after kind of freshening up a little bit, pouring water over me, I think the last 20-ish minutes of the bike were still pretty good. So I think the bike was solid considering that I rode completely by myself the whole time. The run, on the other hand, it was okay. It was not terrible, it was not good. I had the 7th fastest run time, and I was just running the same pace pretty much the whole time. It didn't feel terrible, but it also didn't feel great. I felt kind of like I was stuck in that same pace the whole time. I didn't slow down at all, but I also didn't really speed up until the last 500 meters. Basically, I was running that 4:0 something pace the whole time. It was really hot at that point, 29 Celsius, quite windy too. the surface of like the horse track that we're running on was just like really soft and tough to run on. I was trying to stay cool, keep taking in gels, just kind of like trying to stay on it and like hope that I don't fade and maybe others start fading. And then there was this challenge by Red Bull that was that the athlete who runs the fastest sprint for the last 500 meters, so it was called Red Bull Flying Sprint, would get a special prize from Red Bull. And I had already kind of decided that since my race wasn't like going anywhere and I wasn't gonna get anything else, I decided I'm gonna go for the sprint, and I sprinted the last 500 meters even though I didn't really change my position, and I finished 11th and about just over 30 seconds behind the 10th place, which was a huge bummer because top 10 got awards, prize money, you know, and I didn't realize that I was like that close, so I think I would have tried to pick up my pace more if I had known that I was kind of close to 10th place. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I think I made up like 30 seconds during the last 500 with my sprint, so I went really hard for the sprint and I won the Red Bull Flying Sprint. So I got a 24 pack of Red Bull, a cap, and these new sunglasses, so it was totally worth it. It's a weird feeling. I was really sad yesterday after the race, not like necessarily because of like I didn't reach my goal of being in top 10 and improving my 7th place from last year, but because I realized already doing the bike that I had PR'd in the swim and it still just wasn't enough. Like I hadn't improved enough even though I had improved by a lot, and the level of competition is just really high, so it was a very strong field. I should be happy about my improved swim, but of course, like as an athlete I always want to be better, and I criticize myself for not being as good as the others. Maybe like it makes me feel a little bit better that like I was relatively close to athletes in the like 8th, 9th, 10th position, but in general just kind of making me sad that because my swim is still not good enough, I didn't make the bike group that I needed to make. But I think that's just good feedback that I have to keep working on the swim and maybe doing a little bit more of open water swims when that's available to me back home. The positive things about my race is you should always look for at least something positive. My fueling was really good. It was on average over 100 for the whole race, so I think that's always really good. I think my fueling has improved drastically since last year, and I'm really lucky that I'm sponsored by Umara. 2, improvement in the swim. It's not good enough yet, but I am improving, and my coach compared my performance to some of the athletes that I have raced against in the past, and it shows that I am trending positively and improving compared to them. 3, I think bike power, biking ability was good, and particularly when riding solo. 4, I did not give up, even though it was really daunting, it was really hard, really hot. I felt like I was never gonna catch anyone. I did not give up, and I kept moving up during the race, even until the very end. And maybe 5 is that I won that fastest 500 at the end of the race. No, you always have to shoot for something. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter at all, but I wanted to finish hard and I did, and I'm really proud of that. I think the things that I need to improve on are obviously the swim, once again, the tactics of the swim. It is still difficult to me to like stay on someone's feet, so I really need to improve on that. 2, I had a few cramps yesterday before the start and at T1, but luckily they went away pretty quickly. But those are some things that I still have to work on a little bit, the cramping things. 3, maybe a little bit of negative self-talk at some points. I was like screaming at myself during the bike. My bike position might still need to be improved a little bit because of the long stretches in the position. It started to feel a little bit uncomfortable and I got kind of squirmy. So maybe there are some tiny adjustments that I still could make in my bike position this year. And 5, pre-race nerves. I was pretty nervous, I think, the night before, or I could not sleep, even though I wasn't really thinking about the race, but I had a hard time sleeping. So need to kind of focus on that too. So those were 5 good things and 5 improvements. But yeah, it's race week again. So today's Monday. I did a little outdoor swim today, 3K easy, and then we did an hour bike ride and lunch, or kind of like a cafe ride. And now we are staying here at X Bionic Sphere for another 2 days. And then on Wednesday we travel to St. Pölten, where I do another challenge middle distance event this Sunday. Yesterday I was really sad and thinking that it's over for me, like I'm just not good enough to do this. But I'm trying to think that yesterday's race was literally a championship race, like one of the hardest races of the year. So the normal or like the regular season races are not all this crazy. So I feel like St. Pölten is a great opportunity to race more of an even field, I'd say. So Caroline Pohl, who won yesterday, is also going to be racing there. So we all know that she's a stud, so I don't need to really worry about her. So she's gonna be doing her thing there. But I think this course is also very challenging in a different way. So the course here in Chamarin was really flat, but the course in St. Pölten, on the other hand, has a lot of climbing, and I'm a pretty good climber, so I think that it's going to be pretty good also. But unfortunately what goes up has to come down as well, and I think downhills are not always my strength, especially if there's any crosswind. I think this week's strategy is just kind of taking it easier or more like aerobic focus till Thursday, and after Thursday I start doing a little bit of race pace pickups, but basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday just kind of aerobic stimulus, keeping the body moving. I'm not like that sore from the race, so I think that I can probably run already tomorrow without any issues. Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of take the lessons from this one and move on to the next one and hopefully execute better. I was 4th place in the challenge St. Pölten last year, so I have good memories from that race. So hopefully I improve that this year and I finally snatched that podium. I mean, it is weird to be like, basically I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life right now. Yesterday wasn't executed perfectly, so I felt like I couldn't like quite display my current fitness, but I hope that in St. Pölten I can do what I know I can do, and it's just another opportunity. Before this race, in my pre-race vlog, I said that I hope that I have a good day, and if I don't, it's still gonna be okay, and it is okay. I mean, it wasn't a total catastrophe, so I learned a lot. There are many things to improve on, but also many positive things. So we're just gonna focus on the good things and keep showing up. I just think that that's kind of the most important thing there, is that one race doesn't define me. I feel like I have good consistency in my racing. I'm in like the top 10 zone all the time, but I just need to like step it up to the next level, and you never know when that's gonna happen. I feel like once it happens, it starts like the ball starts rolling and it's easier to get there again and again and again. But right now I'm in that kind of like good performances but not great performances, and you just have to keep showing up, and one day it's all going to click and you will get the performance you are capable of. So yesterday I thought that this was the end of my triathlon career, but I think I'll just keep going and see what happens. Maybe the next one is the one where it clicks. You never know. you have to endure one moment further, and then it might be the one. But yeah, I think that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the encouragement, and I'll see you in the next one.
In the final 500 meters, who wins the Red Bull Prize? The female pros, a real fast 500 meters in 1 minute and 38 seconds for Finland. Give it up for Mitu Hukka! Is Mitu still with us? Yes, she's making away. Now imagine you're battling for your places in the top 10 as a pro athlete, and then you see the Red Bull Arch and you imagine, oh, I'm gonna sprint for it. That is some real Suomi Sisu right there.
Maybe it was thanks to Red Bull DJ as well. We did a great party. Congratulations.
Mitu Hukka. There's the Red Bull package, there's the prize. And give her some noise, Javelin! 4 seconds faster than Malachi. Give it up for Emmanuel Lujan!